Step 4 in the planning phase is identify the processes. You will need to have all those processes in place to have smooth business operations. Things like key handover is very important. How people are going to collect the keys for the property, and where would they drop the keys when departing, and what will they do if there is any problem during the key handover. If they could not find the lockbox, who they're gonna call, what phone number are you gonna share with them, and is that phone number gonna be reachable outside business hours? What happens if the guest loses the key? What number would you need them to call if they lose the keys in the middle of the night, they were on a night out and they couldn't find the keys? Things like those you will need to think at this time. Next is cleaning. Who's going to do the cleaning? How will you let them know when to clean? What happens if that person doesn't arrive for the cleaning? If the guest arrives and the property isn't clean, what will you do? Who's your backup for cleaning? What happens if your cleaner goes on holiday? If they fall sick? All those things you will need to think as well. Maintenance issues, no matter how good your property is, we all have problems in our homes, and your Airbnb is no exception either. You will also have maintenance issues. Sometimes there will be urgent issues that need to be fixed right there and then. What will you do? Who will you call? Do you have an emergency repair insurance? Do you have a handyman or a plumber or an electrician on hand? All those things, think of them at this point. Guest check-in. How the guest is going to arrive to the property, and if they are struggling to find the property, can they give you a phone call? And if you are not around, who is going to answer such queries? If you are on a holiday or if you're busy somewhere else, if you're working, who's going to answer such queries and answer those phone calls? And the last one is guest communications. There will be some regular messages you will be sending to the guests. For example, you may want to send them few timed messages, like once they confirm their reservation, you may want to send them a thank you message. A few days before their arrival, you would like to send them check-in instructions. A day after their arrival, you may want to check upon them if they are doing okay. There will be a need for regular communication between you and the guests. Also, potential guests can send you booking inquiries. You will need to respond to them in a timely manner. Who will respond to those queries if you are on a holiday and if you are not available? You will need to think of who's going to look after your guest communication. And don't get intimidated by all this. It looks a big task, but it is not if you're using the right tools. Airbnb lets you automate messages to the guests. You can also automate messages to your teammates using specialized tools, which I will share later in this training. But all these 5 things, think of them. Think of all those exceptions you will at some point need to face when running a successful Airbnb operations.